and welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and this is Beyond the Pink Door. So this is a very windy Beyond the Pink Door. Today we have howling winds, so I just want to mention that at the beginning of the video because you may be able to hear the noise. I've put off doing the video all morning thinking that the wind would die down, but no, it's still as noisy as ever. I can see the trees being trashed around the place at the moment. So it's been a productive sewing week for me. I've made quite a few things. I've made a few bits for myself and I've made a few bits for my daughter. So I'm going to show you what I've made. Now, I was watching Alex from Gingerhead Co during the week. I was catching up on some of my favourite vloggers while I was sewing, and Alex said that in June she had made quite a few makes and she said this was because she uses sewing as a bit of a therapy to just, I suppose, get away from what's happening in the world. And I completely agreed, because this week I have felt extraordinarily stressed and anxious, and you know, when it just all bubbles up inside of you and you have to find a way to just calm. And I find that if I come up here to my sewing room, it just sort of levels me off, because I can leave the outside world outside that door and I can just settle down to my sewing machine. My sewing room is at the back of the house, so it's like I'm just leaving it all outside the front of the house, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just the world has me stressed at the moment, and work and the lack of it has me stressed, and I just want to sew. So I came up here quite a few times during the week and I just sewed away. In fact, I think on Wednesday I just stayed here all day sewing. I felt so much better for the end of it, and my daughter had two lovely makes by the end of Wednesday. So yeah, that was really good. So this week it's all kind of the good, the bad and the ugly, really. So yeah, where do I start? So I'm wearing a new top that I made. So this is the Maven Patterns Somerset tee, and I'm really liking the boat neck. I'm not usually a fan of a boat neck because I sometimes feel that it can make me look very round shouldered, but yeah, I think this is actually quite good. I really like it. The neck is sitting pretty well. It's quite comfortable, and I know that my friend Tess has had some problems with the neck when she has tried it, that it gapes a lot at the back. Now, of course, mine sits really nicely when I'm sitting with good posture, but it slumps a lot, obviously, when I slump. But yeah, I think it's sitting really well. Now, I know that a lot of people have had that problem with the back neckline, so Maven Patterns are aware of this and they're dealing with it, and I think, as far as I know, they have a tutorial and some help for how you sort out the back if you're having problems. So yeah, a very simple make, came together really nicely. I didn't do the bishop sleeve, which is beautiful, but not at this time of the year for me. I just did the plain sleeve and I cut it off just above the elbow, because that's what I find comfortable to wear at the moment, because I am the sort of person who shoves up full-length sleeves, as I've mentioned before. So I just find, right, just cut it off there and that makes me feel really comfortable. I've worn this a good few times during the week, so it's been washed and it's worn again. So yeah, I'm really liking this and I will definitely make it again. I like it in the print. I think it really suits it, so definitely a pattern that I would recommend. And I made myself a Sew Over It Audrey top again, because yeah, it's definitely one of my faves. This is my third one. I really like it. I love the bow. It had to be the bow again. The minute I saw this fabric, I just thought, no, that's another Audrey top. I love it. I didn't even contemplate not doing the bow. I love it. This is in a cotton jersey as well, and you will have seen this if you caught up with my vlog this week on how I was getting on with my cover stitch machine. So this is cover stitched, this Audrey top is cover stitched, and anything that can be cover stitched is going to be cover stitched in my future. I love it. So it's all done around the neck. I'm using the 3 needles at the moment because I'm still learning how to use it and I don't want to take them out yet. And I did the sleeve hem and obviously the hem here. I was doing the neck on this, and what I did with the neck was I started at the back and I sewed as far as the shoulder, and of course not thinking that if I was doing it on my sewing machine that I would pivot and turn, and realised, well, I can't really pivot, so I just pulled the needles up with the hand wheel and moved the fabric around, and that seemed to work. So for all you ladies who are just so good at giving me hints and tips on how to use my cover stitch, which I completely appreciate, they're just amazing. I've actually learned so much from the comments this week. If you have any hints on how you turn a corner, can you turn a corner? I don't know, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it's much nicer than doing a zigzag or a twin needle in my domestic. My domestic doesn't really like the twin needle on a seam. It just skips all the stitches, so that really annoys me. So yeah, loving the cover stitch machine. Just so happy with that purchase, and it just makes sewing a top up so much faster, and it gives such a more professional look. So I've only used it on jersey yet. I'm sure I can use it on wovens, can't I? So yeah, that's me and the cover stitch are friends for sure. I made a size 12 in this actually, just before I forget to mention it, and I made my usual size 10 in this, and I have to say I really like the fit of this. It's really lovely. So yeah, I'll be making more. So that was 2 things, and I have all things on my lap here. And I also finished my Pattydoo twist dress, the Amelie dress. This one is only on the DE website because I know a lot of people have asked me for links for this, and I will put a link into the description box. So it turned out really nice in this fabric. I really like it, and I loved this fabric the minute I saw it, and it's been sitting in my stash since last November, and now it's a dress and it's a top as well that I'll show you probably in next week's vlog, because it was part of a pattern test, and I did the cover stitch on the hem as well. It's a little bit wibbly wobbly, but you know what, it's grand. And I did it around the neck. I still have the grey in the looper. I'm just leaving it in the looper at the moment, just so that I can sort of have a look at it and assess it and see how it's going. It skipped a couple of stitches around the seam where the shoulder seam was on another thing I was doing for work during the week. Oh yeah, it skipped a little bit there, but I'm sure that's just something that I have to get used to. It's tending to kind of get stuck when it comes to a seam, so I'm giving it a little bit of help. So again, any tips, greatly appreciated. And then my daughter wants just a few little things made, and this is what I made her on. I think one day I just came up here, I was feeling really stressed, and I just thought, right, I'm going to make her a few things today. Didn't even feel like making stuff for myself, so I went making her some things. So I showed this beautiful pattern from Style Arc in the last vlog. It's the Ariana woven dress, and it's got the shearing elastic at the back. And I would definitely recommend you check out Alex Judge Sews, her latest vlog, because she is showing a camouflage version that she made of this, and it is stunning, just stunning. I would never have thought of the fabric. It is, yeah, out of this world, absolutely gorgeous. I'll put a link in the description box to it. And so yeah, we got this in the multi-size pattern because I like it as well. And if you're familiar with Style Arc, you have the option to get a multi-size pattern or a single size pattern. Now there's not an awful lot of difference in the price. I thought there was a bigger difference in the price, but there was only maybe €2. So when I order a pattern for myself, I measure up to a size 10 in the Style Arc. So you get the 10, you get the 8, and you get the 12, which is really great. And for this instance, both of us liked the dress. Now my daughter's size 4, so that didn't come anywhere near me getting a dress out of her pattern, so we bought the multi-pattern because I would love to make this dress as well. And I'm kind of eyeing it up for that lovely lemon fabric. I'm really liking the idea of that, and I'm loving shearing, loving it at the moment. I sat at the sewing machine whatever day I was sewing these, and I think I went through a reel of shearing elastic. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but we made a size 4 for her and it fit her absolutely perfectly. Didn't even have to change the length of the straps. So what we did, rather than just cut out the dress, we cut out a top and made a top. And I have to say, it is just the cutest thing. It's a lovely cotton fabric. It's white background with navy spots, and it's just, it really suits it. It's just gorgeous. Here's the shearing at the back, and I thoroughly enjoyed making that. I cut out the panel, kind of didn't turn out right. It didn't end up being square, but you know, it's okay. This was a test. And yeah, what can I say about this? It is double fabric, so you cut out every piece twice basically, so it's lined with its own fabric. So this, you could make it reversible because we put on the snap fasteners and they're the very same on the inside as well. So yeah, you could actually make this completely reversible and have a coordinating strap. So the back panel is sheared on the outside and the inside, so it's quite spongy. She says it's really comfortable to wear. Now, she's only tried it on yet, but it was really cute with a pair of jeans. It was so nice. And as I say, fit her like a glove, came together really nicely. And yeah, now that I've thought of that reversible idea, I'm really liking that. Yeah, so made this, and then I enjoyed making this so much that I just went straight into making her a dress. And here is the dress, and I love it. She loves it. I think it's one of my most favorite things that I've actually made this year. I think it's just the cutest thing ever. The shearing was such a pleasure to do because I just did it along the stripes of the gingham, and I think it shears up really cute. Now, I did think that a dress with just shearing on the top would be sensational out of this fabric as well. I just love it. And there's massive big pockets in it, which I think really suit it as well. And we put metal snap fasteners down the front of it. And I say we because I made a bit of a mess of doing the snap fasteners, and I actually got really upset about it because I was having such a good day sewing, and all of a sudden I had all the snap fasteners in and they wouldn't close, and I just thought, what have I actually done? I've messed up the dress. So yeah, I called my daughter because she's a great, she knows how to deal with me when I get stressed and she knows how to deal with the situation, and she's very mechanical and methodical, and she had a look and we came to the conclusion that I have 2 different sizes in snap fasteners. So I have 2 boxes. This is the original box that I bought, and I've used quite a few of them. And then I bought another box and the snap fasteners are slightly smaller, and that's okay. But I had the tools out for the big snap fasteners, and then Keris realised that the tools were different sizes. So what I had done was, when I had hammered in the top part, I'd actually damaged the inside of the snap fastener. So I think 1 or 2 of them actually worked, but I really thought I had completely destroyed the top or the dress. So this is the slightly smaller one, and when I look at them now, it is so obvious, but at the time I couldn't see. And yeah, and then I think just the fact that I was actually upset, which sounds really stupid, but if I hadn't been stressed out during the week, I wouldn't have got upset. I'd have just gone, okay, grand, give me the pliers, I will whip them out and I would have dealt with it. But anyway, so I just left one unfixed just to show you that basically I didn't have to replace any of the under ones. They were absolutely fine, but it was when I hammered, oh, will it come out? When I hammered this in here, I basically damaged the fastener. So now it just won't close at all. So anyway, the day was saved between myself and my daughter. we took them out with the pliers. It's actually quite easy and they're relatively inexpensive anyway, so it wasn't any sort of waste. And yeah, now it's fixed. I just have to do that one again now, but I left it just for the video. And yeah, she loves it, I love it, and yeah, it's such a winner of a dress. I'll definitely be making more of these. Hopefully we will get the weather to wear them. I mean, you couldn't go out today in it. It's howling with wind. And then the other thing that my daughter fancies at the moment is a denim jacket. So, oh yes, going back to the subject of the snap fasteners, I have this gizmo for the plastic snaps and it works beautifully. And I'm wondering, does anybody know, is there a version like this for the metal ones? I'm sure there probably is. This kit just comes with the funny little ones that you have to hammer in, but I'm just wondering, I mean, this is so easy for the snap fasteners. Maybe there's a metal version. Maybe somebody can enlighten me. So going back to the denim jacket, I have the Stacey jeans jacket from Style Art. So I bought this in my size, so I have an 8, 10 and a 12 of this, and I think the size 6 is going to be perfect for Keris. We made a 4 in this, but I think maybe we'll make a 6. I was looking at the finished measurements and I just think that the little bit of extra ease would be good for wearing over maybe kind of heavier tops, or be lovely in the winter as well over a light jumper. And we have this beautiful, it's a medium type, I don't know what ounce denim it is, but it's got a stretch to it. And we have this from Anne-Marie in the Crafty Studio. I bought this for making jeans and I haven't got around to making jeans again yet. So we're going to use it for this denim jacket, I think. So I'm hoping there's enough. I'm sure there is. She's only little. And yeah, that's the plan. So I have 2 options really size-wise. Because this is a single size pattern, I'm either going to cut out the size 8, put it together and just see how it fits her and make some adjustments to it, or I will grade down the pattern pieces. So grade down from the 8 to the 6. I'm not quite sure. I think I will make the 8 and kind of size it down on a toile. That's what we'll do. I'm not going to cut it straight out because it's definitely going to be too big for her. And yeah, I think that's the plan. So that's my next thing to make, and I'm actually really looking forward to making this. It's a lovely jacket in that it doesn't have a cuff, so it is kind of a summery jacket, I think. It doesn't have the traditional cuff. So you have the option to put, I suppose, a coordinating fabric maybe underneath and roll that up, kind of 80s style. And if I did that, I would probably do the underside of the collar and the underside of the pocket flaps. Now I don't think there's any functioning pockets in this. They're just a faux, it's just a faux flap. Now I would like the idea of the coordinating fabric, but I don't quite know if Keris would like it, but I will run it by her and we'll see. And then I definitely have some jeans buttons for the front of it, or we may do snaps again. And I think once that is made, she'll actually get loads and loads of wear out of it, and it'll be super cute over this dress, and it'll be really cute over the top. That'd be a lovely, really lovely look, wouldn't it? This top and over the jacket. So that's what I got up to this week, and the jacket is the only thing that I have planned for this week, but I'm going to take my time on that because there's lots of top stitching. It's a nice weight denim that I'll get under my domestic sewing machine for doing top stitching. And yeah, so that's been my week. It is just a horrible day today, so it's going to be getting on with editing and possibly doing another little bit of sewing. Oh, and definitely I'm going to stick the PDF of this pattern together. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.